Start over, sir.
All right. So some updates. The last open rate was our highest one yet for when we got over 1,000 subscribers. It was around 47%. We got a few unsubscribes, which is normal, but that's nice to see. A lot of clicks. I think like let's just have more links. I think that's just something that we've been doing anyway. Gets more. Weirdly, we got no poll, but we did get some referrals too, so it's nice.
Oh, more referrals?
I think we got one or two more referrals. I need to double check.
Do you already have this like weekly yield farm thing that you've already made, or do we still need to make
I made it already.
Can I see it?
So
Can you send it on our DM? I want to see it.
yeah, I can show it to you.
So one of the reasons that we're probably seeing such differences in
I probably should update it.
in open rate is because of where what category emails go to in Gmail, whether it's promotion or general inbox. So like the most recent email, your revenue is not revenue, probably went to general, so everyone saw it. But the one before that, like the latest catalyst for mass adoption, that was probably flagged by Gmail as like promotional in some way, and then they put it in the other folder and less people saw it and opened it. That's most likely the reason for such a drastic difference. But yeah, 46.6% in what we published that yesterday. That's really good.
Oh, so it seems like this person clicked it, but maybe they didn't get the referral. There were 3 links to this. Someone else got it. Cool. We got another person to get it. Oh, you guys can't even see my screen, can you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, but I'm looking. So
Cool.
we also got 50 page views on the site, probably just from sharing it on DeFi Roast page and retweeting it, Twitter page. People were interested in the token terminal leaderboard.
That, yeah, I think like analytics stuff does well, like analytics,
Yeah,
like
people like to see that.
well, people like to see. Did you guys get the email from Beehive today about new features?
No.
Well, let me forward that to you guys, but essentially there's one that's cool. That's they can subscribe without having to type in their email. They just click a button and subscribe.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's already possible on Twitter through Review.
Yeah.
But I didn't know about it for Beehive.
So yeah, it's called Magic Links. I think we need to create it, so I can look into that and create it. There's this recommendation thing, which is like you recommend other newsletters. I don't know how that helps us, but it'd be really cool if we could like get, the DeFi Edge guy to recommend our newsletter and his. I don't know.
He doesn't use Beehive though.
Oh, he doesn't. What does he use?
I don't know, something non-conventional, I think. He's got like a whole software suite.
Never mind.
But I mean, it would be, it's beneficial if we're able to recommend one and they recommend us in return. So we can explore that.
Yeah, and then other than that, there's not many like crazy new updates. They just made it like a slim email templates. That doesn't really affect us. And then what else did I have to talk about? So Sean, your tweet thread about FTX, can you add the DeFi Roast?
I need to set it to automatically do it.
Yeah, you got to just set auto plug and Hype Theory.
Just set it auto plug. Okay, cool.
And then what else did I have? Yeah, that's it really. Like what else can we do here? I know we talked about last week, like doing longer form topics, or like, do you think we should be more active on Twitter? Like
we definitely should be more active on Twitter. This is a long game.
Yeah. So I think more active on Twitter. And so when you say more active on Twitter, are we talking like
all of it?
Everything, tweeting.
Like I should have gotten a thread out yesterday or today about one of the topics from the newsletter and I didn't. Arthur, you should be tweeting every day about like something DeFi related and plugging the newsletter.
We should be tweeting from the newsletter account.
We should be tweeting, something from the newsletter account. I mean, that's the least important, but we want to like maintain the presence
Like,
at
we could
least.
Oh,
this with like going to viral posts, posting something witty, and then all three of us liking it, like boom, bumps it so much. Like such an easy way we can hack it.
Yeah.
wait,
Um,
I think you're referring to like, I'm me tweet from the DeFi Roast account and respond to accounts, things like that.
Both.
yeah, yeah.
We
All
also
of it.
tweeting. It's easy, organic, like outreach.
I'm gonna just set a time for me, like 10 minutes a day to just do that and put it on a schedule.
Under the DeFi Roast account.
Yeah, under the DeFi Roast account to like post stuff, interesting things like news, comment on others. And then I'm wondering how you guys would get the notification for that. Oh, do you guys do that? Do you guys get like
I'll
you
turn on
set
notifications for DeFi Roast. Yeah.
in both of you? Can I need to do that too? We'll all turn on, because when we see it, we'll just like it and like maybe retweet if it's, or respond to it or something.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have any, like, I have a bunch of stuff I need to read to get some content out, but I'm gonna do that, and then I'll probably message you guys earlier tomorrow morning, like, hey, here's some of the content. Let me know if you guys have any ideas, and then I'll we'll talk tomorrow about the draft.
Okay. As far as rapid growth goes, like, I think the biggest avenue for like quality subs is going to be just threads going viral.
Yeah, putting out
Plug in the
quality
newsletter.
content. I mean, I don't think necessarily has to be threads. I think another way I was thinking about it is like, I really think like putting out, like I feel like, okay, like me personally, like my last couple threads I feel like been a little flat. And so I'm thinking about like, how can I provide like more quality content, right? It's like, okay, this opinionated, like, hot take stuff isn't working. Like people want like high quality research, like let's provide that, right? And then like, we can do a lot of birds with one stone by doing like one super quality research report, right? Where it's like, we write the report, all three of us together, whatever, or like, like the DeFi Roast writes this report, right? We email gate it, right? And we tell people, and then we write threads, put a link to it. We so like us personally, we write threads and link to it. DeFi Roast writes threads and links to it. And then like it's gonna get out if it's quality and it's good and it actually like it says something of value.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
I think that will get us hundreds of followers at a time, right? Or like, and yeah, and then also like, yeah, like anything to get more Twitter followers to the DeFi Roast account. Like it's super easy for people to just follow the DeFi Roast, hit the review, boom. Like that's such a fast, efficient funnel that like even going to the website isn't as good of a funnel as just going to the Twitter and clicking like review. Like, and so not only is that for that, but it's also for all of our personal brands because it's all right there. So like, yeah, we just need to be like putting out content. And if that means like, we need better quality content, like, maybe we even like bring on somebody to help us do research, right? Just like someone who could do like really good research. I don't know, some fucking intern Discord kid who like, something who's like not too expensive, but like can help us get like some super quality content out there and really up our game. Because at this point, like we're a content quality, it's a content quality game. Like in a bear market, I think a lot of it is like, obviously like quality is like, everything flights to quality, right?
Yeah, but you got to throw quantity too.
What,
Can't dismiss.
Not at the expense of, but like, yeah, like, if we can keep the same cadence and also up the quality, I guess is like, yeah, that's the minimum.
Would we be comfortable paying like $100 for a very good research report that we could like someone ghostwrite, and then we post out?
100%. I think we can get
No one's gonna write it for $100, but
you'd be surprised.
Really?
I might know somebody.
okay.
Yeah,
if they have like valuable things to say.
Research, and even if they just give us the research and then we can write the content itself. But they give us like, I mean, it has to be something of like legit value. But if it is like, and we can get it that cheap, like that's, I think that's no brainer.
I also think so. The only tweet like thread that I think went viral for me was like on Sturdy, which was like providing alpha. And like I have one in mind that I just like I need to write about like delta neutral yield for 30%. Like the playbook for that kind of stuff. Would that maybe be that'd probably be something I'd write on my own account and then I would
Yeah,
get
just plug the newsletter.
okay. I need to do that. It's just like I'm been on my to-do list. That's
The other thing I think would be like super actionable is we all take one of the 3 topics each newsletter and make like a 3 tweet thread that teases it, and then we plug the newsletter.
I think it's a really good idea. Yeah, like basically like the 3 tweet threads you're basically doing right now.
Yeah, but instead we just focus on one topic.
Yeah.
So like you give a little bit more about, because people don't really like if you know Crypto Gucci, he used to give like daily Ethereum updates, and over time it just the engagement absolutely dipped because people are like, okay, this is predictable. Like I know what I'm gonna get. Same shit. So people like, yeah, you should have like a catchy first tweet and then like focus on one topic and then not dive in all the way, and then obviously plug the newsletter. So we all take one of the 3, do that. I mean, that's like 5 to 10 minutes of work to get that out.
would
But
we post
it's
this on DeFi Roast account or our account?
no, we all post on our own.
Got it. Okay, I like that. Let's do that for tomorrow.
For tomorrow with yesterday's newsletter.
No, like tomorrow's newsletter. Wait, you're saying like we would, yeah, like when tomorrow's newsletter comes out, we each post a thread.
Yeah, well, it's Friday's newsletter, right?
Oh yeah, when Friday. Oh man.
But yeah, exactly.
Okay,
And then
I feel like we should always do that. I like that idea. Let's always do that.
That's what I'm saying. Actionable every single time.
Always do that.
The game will be if we want to plug that. Like I think we'll get more subs if you just plug the subscribe page instead of plugging the newsletter itself. But it makes less sense to do that because you're like teasing the newsletter. But I do think, I don't know. We can see which performs better, but like from my experience, putting people straight to the sub page is going to convert better than putting them to the newsletter.
So my takeaways, we can finish it off here. My takeaways is number 1, 5 to 10 minutes a day tweeting on DeFi Roast account. Let's all have it so we get notified when they tweet, so we can like and reshare. Number 2, personal account thread on one of the subjects every time. So every time we do a newsletter, we'll each take a subject and write a thread about it and end it with a DeFi Roast newsletter. And then number 3 is like start working on this deep research report, which we can potentially get an intern to help write. And then we got to talk about how we would how would you guys think we should release that? Let's say we write a great one. Like let's say we write one on layer 0. Or not layer 0, ZK proof. AKA what Sean already wrote.
Oh yeah.
I think I don't know. I think it should be public. Maybe we just put it on Medium or something. I don't know. It's more about the content that you can spin up as a result of it and funnel back to the newsletter rather than like where it's published itself. Like the threads are going to be way more valuable than the report itself, in my opinion.
Okay.
Other thing for growth that we should be thinking about is how we can start to engage other communities in whatever form that may take. Other newsletters, like Discord groups, projects even. I don't know. There's a lot of different angles, but
I can start posting in some of the Discords. Like Calculator Guy, he could post. Taiki's newsletter, I could post.
I could probably arrange a like AMA with calculator guy.
Wow, that'd be so sick. And then we'd be like, hey, like, what do you guys like? You guys have read the last few issues. Like, what do you want to see? Like, we're open to.
Yeah, and more like, hey, here's what we're up to. Like he just wants to talk to builders or like people who are participating in the space. So like say, here's what we're doing. We could talk about the agency also, and then
Let's have that convo. I like him. Yeah.
plug that, and then obviously mention that we're doing the newsletter and would love people to check it out.
That's awesome. All right. That's
Um,
definitely another action item.
maybe we call in a favor from Edgy at a certain point. I don't know how that manifests, but like he has commented a couple times on DeFi Roast stuff already. So
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, like several times on my posts about DeFi Roast.
Yeah.
On your posts.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So
You should respond. Are you subscribed?
he definitely does not read it. I know how.
But if he wrote yes, then we retweet that.
Yeah, but I'd rather just like continue to grow the quality of the newsletter, and then eventually he'll just share it because he's stoked about it.
Yeah.
But like other communities, yeah, like I see content that we can get to reach really far is going to get us hundreds of subscribers, like within a very short period of time, and then being introduced to new communities through our connections will be another great channel. And then the third is if we want to try the paid route in some way, or
I say let's get to the paid route when we're like at 5K plus.
yeah, but this like something, we need to unlock something to get there.
Did you guys
Yeah, but I
see
think
yesterday's Milk Road? They were sponsored by Panini.
you got to be kidding me.
Wait, Panini, what's Panini?
Like Panini, the sports card company, like they're like the biggest producer of sports cards.
Holy shit, that's cool.
They're getting into their sponsors have been more of like the NFT collectible stuff lately.
And I'm telling you, the only way you get a company like Panini is if you're cold outreaching to them and you're making a good pitch and they're like, oh, that's interesting. I think this is going to fit in our marketing budget and it's an interesting, different audience. Let's try it out at least. Right?
Or if like they were buddies with someone who could get them in the door.
No,
right?
I talked to them that they're like they're not into the card stuff. They are invested in Josh Luber's fund. Josh Luber's like the old StockX guy. That he has a sports card fund where he buys like $1 million to $5 million sports cards.
I
But
flipped sports cards for a little bit, basketball.
yeah,
I know you were into it for a little bit too.
yeah, I had the Discord stuff. Interesting times.
Yeah.
Interesting business model. I've always liked the paid Discord model. It's just something. It's very easy to transfer value. I feel like people hate on it, and it's. But I never understood the hate on like the paid like Discord model. Even with like, I mean, like I like. It just makes so much sense to me, right? It's just like curated alpha, right? It's like if I want curated content in a specific niche, like why would I not pay $10 or $20? People I never understood, like it's totally normal to subscribe to somebody's Substack. Like that's like totally kosher. But like paying for somebody's private Discord group is like, oh, what a scammer, you have a paid Discord. Like I never understood.
No, I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think it provides a lot. Like Taiki he charges $100.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, people are choosing to pay this. Like no one's.
Yeah,
it's not against anyone's.
they don't have that.
Will,
If they
right?
have alpha, you can cancel at any time.
Exactly. It's not like you're locking anybody in. So
I do think like down the road, once we have a little bit more bandwidth, like, and we're not just solely focused on growing the sub count, we could have some kind of community, because like you're gonna have thousands of people who are interested in a topic and are familiar with your brand, and you would be cool to give a place for those people to kind of congregate. Right now it's just a bunch of emails.
I like that idea, and I would just be we wouldn't do a paid one probably.
So on the referral system, is it already set to like after one, and that gets automatically sent to them, right?
They automatically get an email. And then they'll start seeing 1 of 5, and at 5 you get the 1-to-1. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Wow, that's pretty cool.
I wonder who the first. Someone's gonna get to 5 eventually. I wonder who they'll pick out of the 3 of us to
Probably the
talk
guy
with.
with the most followers.
The one who's getting
I would say
impo-
Arthur. I think that if I was in the position, I would go with hedge fund guy.
Yeah, for sure. I think so too.
How's your Algorand yield farming going?
How's my what?
Algorand yield farming
We're getting into that tomorrow.
tomorrow.
It's been slow.
Lot of bullish Algorand talk on the timeline.
Yeah. Okay. I think we got a lot. We discussed a lot. I like it. I thought we were going to come into this with very little stuff, but
no, dude,
a lot of AIs.
we gotta fucking hack this shit, and it comes down to just staying on top of these trivial daily tasks.
If this guy will do it for $100, hell, honestly, if he'll even do it for like $200, and it's like quality stuff, like I would mind.
Yeah, of course. Like
Like
I mean-
we could use it each personally. We could use it for the DeFi, like the newsletter itself. We can use it to make like bonus content for the DeFi roast. You know, we could use it for like threads for Mark or something, right? Like we have so many avenues to use quality research, where we can get ROI out of it.
Yeah. Like
You need
the concern is like we don't want high quality content to live in a vacuum, right? Like it's more about how can we leverage this to like get to convert in some way. I mean, obviously for DeFi Roast, it's convert to subs. Like we want to turn that content into things that are going to reach more people and bring them onto the review or landing page or whatever it may be.
Another thing is now that we're all in Scribe.
In bed together.
Huh?
Now that we're all in bed together.
Yeah, we are definitely in bed together. No, my point was now that we're all in one, I guess in bed together. What do you guys think about maybe investing a little bit in DeFi Roast? Not like I'm not saying right now or anything, but I'm saying like what is you like now it's a different dynamic of investing in it, right? So like I'm not saying even right now, I'm not saying over 2 weeks or a month or anything. I'm just like in general, like where do you guys think about maybe investing money into like the ads and stuff like that, like other
Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, I'm open to that.
So
yeah, it's more for me. It's more about like if we're still committed to DeFi Roast, and if it's like first and foremost, we need to be putting in the same amount of time and effort. And then if we are still doing that, and it makes sense to spend money on it.
I don't think we necessarily need about the same amount of time and effort. I would like to go 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then Wednesday we can do kind of like the idea we talked about last week, which was like some cool report type thing. I do think that would be interesting. I think a lot of it, like once we get a little bigger, we can do things like guest blogs, guest reports and stuff like that. So we can offload a little bit of the content. So how the Discord guys did it was they would so they had a guy. His name was Mitch McGarry. I remember his name specifically. Don't know. So he also used to do this for The Hustle. And that's how he got this guy. And he's just like, it's a freelance ads guy. And he just would make like basic, Facebook meme ads, like just like a basic crypto meme, or like tired of being the guy that doesn't know anything about crypto, or like super basic, just like photo ads, or not anything crazy, no videos, anything like that. Just like simple memes, and like subscribe to the Milk Road, and like the tagline, like your friend who keeps you up to date or whatever. And then he would do it at a small, so obviously they would pay him a certain amount a month, right? So it's probably some kind of retainer structure to get a guy like that, right? And then you would so what they would do is they would start off with a small budget, like, hey, here's like $100 a day, right? And so spend $100 a day in your ads and see how it converts. And so if we're at 3 times a week, okay, so you can get $1 a sub a month selling out all of your ads on a daily, right? So if we're not daily, we're 3 days a week, right? So from 30 days, or I guess 20 days, 5 times 4 weeks.
To 12.
versus 12, that is what's 20 divided by 12 times 5,
6 over 10, 60%.
60%. So if we are 60% as large, then we can probably our dream can be to command 60% of that amount, right? So instead of $1 a sub, it's like 60 cents a sub a month, right? So if and then it's a calculation of like customer acquisition cost, right? So if we are spending $100 and we are acquiring, 3 customers, so we're spending every 100, well, let's say 30, right? We're spending $100 and we're getting 30 customers. That means the cost to acquire each customer is $3.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's too much.
That's too much, right? Because it has to be 60 cents per person per month, and then you want to do like a little bit, but then like you have to think about open rates and the value of that person and churn percentage, and we don't have those kind of statistics and numbers yet. So like it can get really complicated if you try to like long tail it. So like if you think about it maybe on like a 2-3 month horizon, right, which is what I think is probably fair right now, is that you want to make it's got to be enough money where you make it back in like 3 months. So instead of $1 a sub a month, it's 60 cents a sub a month, and then times 3 months. So it's like you need to be under like $1.80 customer acquisition.
Yeah. Ideally, much lower.
Yeah, exactly, right.
But yeah.
So what you would do is you'd be like, okay, if you can get to a number that we all like we're at, 10, like, so like, we're at 10 cents customer acquisition when we should be at like, we just want to be under 18% and we're at like 10%. Then like, we can then add in fuel to that fire and just scale it, right? Where you're just jumping the budget from $100 a day to $500 a day. Even probably go from like $50 a day to $100 a day or something like that. But then it's like if it works at $100 a day, it's gonna work the same level, right, at like $500 a day, right? Because it's just the audience. More people are seeing it, and it's like it's not like we have a regional product, we have a national product, international product,
But we don't have as wide reaching a product as Milk Road. Like I don't know that we can't.
For sure.
Like they talked today about they talk about like Elon Musk buying Twitter today. Like we'd never talk.
We can still segment it by like some kind of DeFi type keyword or like finance type keyword.
Yeah,
and
if we can,
you can still dump the fire in and it's just go to like a bigger, like, it's like no matter how much you segment it, like there's still going to be like hundreds of thousands
of people.
Yeah, there's like still hundreds of thousands of people, so there's still like always hundreds of thousands of more people to hit by just dumping in more money. It's just like hitting them more times, right? So like they had some like he had some statistic in there where it was like if someone saw it 3 times and they converted. So it's just something to think about, right? Like I don't think we're there yet. I still think we need to refine the product a little bit. It would be cool to get to 3 days a week. But then also it's like, kind of weighing the cost benefit analysis of like allocating resources here versus allocating resources spread.
I think.
So I do think we should keep doing it. I do think it's an interesting flywheel of like, growing the newsletter that grows the firm, that grows the, that grows our personal brands and stuff like that. And like all that content just creates this interesting flywheel. And I do think it's powerful but we have to like continuously feed it. But then there's also like devil's advocate of like, singular focus is better.
Yeah, I don't want us to get spread too thin. But I do think it's worthwhile to continue with this.
If we get like a little more revenue going, I think like, it's like I guess we can talk about it later, but like, like what's the most efficient way to spend money now? Which is like, do we want to spend it on labor? Do we just want to spend it on like advertising or something like that? Or do we want to spend it on like what type of person, right? Do we want to bring on like a dev type, a research type? Do we want to bring on another writer? Do you want to bring on a do-it-all? Do you want to bring on VA? Good for
Yeah,
them.
and bring
Yeah.
up the writer, like the writer could do things for Scribe and could write for DeFi Roast as well, right?
Yeah. But I
Um,
think like I wouldn't want to put writing in anyone else's hands besides us for like at least a while until we like really nail down the voice and stuff.
yeah.
Um,
I think next big goal is 2K and then 5K. And then once that foundation is built and they kind of prove the product, then we start putting fuel behind it.
yeah, I think it's a good plan.
All right, we got a bunch of actionable stuff though, which is great. Like we're gonna act on this starting today and tomorrow. So
Nice.
cool. All right.
Shall we
Um,
cut it? And then I got one thing to